He had been driven from his throne and banished from his palace. He who was the king now wandered as a vagabond. He who sat on the throne now lived in the mountains. David has gone from favor to disgrace, from wearing the crown to enduring the shame. Oh, David can tell you about life's ups and downs, about his uprisings and downfalls. David can tell you that sunny days are the prelude to stormy weather. Being praised is just a step from being talked about. Being exalted does not exempt you from being debased. David knows about life's uprisings and downfalls, but through it all, David learned to trust in God. It's the testing that gave him his testimony. It's the struggles that gave him a story. It's the victimization that led him to being victorious. Those who let him down taught him how to cling to a God who could pick him up. Those who had done him wrong helped him to meet a God who can make wrong things right. David the king is now David the vagabond. Now that he's lost the throne, he's able to examine his life. Now that he's been defeated, he's able to examine himself. I tell you, trouble is a help for self-examination. When we are in a crisis, we're more prone to do self-examination. When we find ourselves in trouble, then we want to discover how we got into a jam. When you're in trouble, before you get out of trouble, find out how you got into trouble. Before you seek deliverance, look for understanding. Before you get out of a mess, try and learn something while in the mess. Before you look for a way out of trouble, look at yourself in your trouble. Find out what happened and find out what you did wrong. Don't just get out of trouble, but try and learn the cause of your trouble. Oh, America is in trouble, but I don't think we want to deal with the cause of the trouble. We have been wrong, but we don't want to deal with the wrong we have done. We are hated and despised, but we don't want to admit we have cheated and abused. We have suffered wrong, but we refuse to admit we have done wrong. Those who hate us as Americans are the ones we taught to hate others. Those who seek to pull us down are the ones we use to do others in. People want to kill us with the guns we gave them. Others want to take from us what we took from them. We are being betrayed by those we betrayed. We are in trouble, and we need to look at how we got in the trouble.
That's right.
Don't just get out of trouble, but learn something in your trouble.
Right.
And I tell you, trouble can teach you something. Some lessons can only be learned in the school of hard knocks. Some revelation can only be received on the Isle of Patmos in a time of isolation. Sometimes it takes darkness to see the light. Sometimes you need sickness to meet a doctor who has never lost a patient. Sometimes you have to walk the floor all night long to find the heart fixer and the mind regulator. Sometimes you have to cry all night to realize that joy will show up in the morning. And some lessons can only be taught by way of trouble. Come on now. You don't know that Jesus is the resurrection and the life till after Lazarus is dead and buried. You don't realize that the Lord can speak peace to your soul till he speaks peace to the stone. You don't know that Mary's baby is the bread of life till he feeds a hungry multitude. You need a fiery furnace to realize God can take heat out of the fire. You need a Goliath to realize the bigger they come, the harder they fall. To know about God's goodness, you have to know about trouble. And I tell you, life is full of trouble. If it ain't one thing, it's another. And hear me, you don't have to look for trouble. Trouble knows where to find you. You don't have to stir up trouble in order to run into trouble. But man born of a woman is but of a few days full of trouble. As the sparks fly upward, so does trouble. You can do right and still have trouble. You can mind your business and have mess on your hands. You can treat folks right, yet somebody wants to do you in. Those of us who try and do God's will shall be abused and accused. Those of us who try and do the right will be criticized and will be talked about. In this life, there will be trouble. David is in trouble. And yet we hear David say, because thou hast been my help, therefore in the shadow of his wings will I rejoice. David might have been robbed of his throne, but David could not be robbed of his God. David says, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. Oh, I tell you, if you are a child of God, You just ought to have something that the world can't take away. If the angels in heaven done sign your name, you ought to have something that death can't kill and trouble can't trouble. Even if you lose your money, you ought to have something money can't buy. If your life is turned upside down, you still ought to be able to say, it is well with my soul. That's right. And scandalize your name. You need to yet believe I got a new name over in Zion, and it's mine. All mine. You ought to have something that the world didn't give and the world can't take away. You shouldn't need happy hour in order to be happy. You shouldn't need the praise of folks in order to feel the love of God. But you ought to have something that the world didn't give you and the world can't take away. And others forsake you. You ought to know that there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. When family let you down, you ought to know that the Lord said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. When you're all alone, you ought to realize you're not by yourself. Yes, we are troubled, but not distressed. Yes, we are perplexed, but not in despair. Yes, we are persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Oh, because God has brought us. We know that God can keep. Because of what God has done, we can have faith in what God will do. Because we can say through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. We can now say to us, grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me on. You ought to have something that the world didn't give you and the world can't take away. See, if you realize you need God, then you realize you need nothing but God. And you got it made when you can say, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You doing all right when you can declare, the Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? You can make it when you can testify, the Lord is the strength of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? You ought to have something that the world didn't give you and that the world can't take away. Something that's not affected by the Dow Jones or the stock market. Something that Congress can't legislate and the president can't veto. Something that a thief can't steal and a robber can't take. You ought to have something that you can't lose and something you can't shake, even in his trouble. David says, because thou hast been my help, therefore in the shadow of his wings will I rejoice. David says, as long as I am in the shadow of his wings, I can rejoice. Even if I'm not in his presence, I'll be all right in his shadow. Even if I can't see his face, I'll be all right if I can see his shadow. Even if I don't know what he's doing, I'll be all right as long as I know he's still around. Even if he doesn't stop at my house, I'll be all right if he's in the neighborhood. I can rejoice in the shadow of his wings. See, his wings are so wide, you can't get over them. His wings are so high that you can't get over them. And his wings are so low that you can't get under them. There's nowhere you can be and God's not there. There's no place you can go and God not show up. There's nothing you can encounter and God not be there when you meet it. His wings are wide enough to cover your weakness, sorrows, and disappointments. His wings are big enough to cover our dreary days and our weary nights. His wings are broad enough to shield us from danger and to cover us in trouble. You can make it under the shadow of his wings. You can survive living under his wings. You don't have to soar like eagles. You can make it under his wings. You don't have to run and not get weary. You can rest under the shadow of his wings. You don't have to divide the waters and pull down the walls. You can take it easy under the shadow of his wings. If you've been wounded, you can find healing under his wings. Well, I tell you, you don't have to get out of trouble. You can endure trouble under the shadow of his wings. And the next time you're in a fix and you're in a bind, if you see no way out of trouble, look for his wings in your trouble. Under his wings, there's strength and assurance. Under his wings, there's peace and security. Under his wings, there's love for your rejection and peace for your confusion. Blessings for your curses and joy for your sorrow. In times of adversity, look for the wings. When the winds are contrary and waves are too high, look for the wings. When you need somewhere to flee and somewhere to hide, look for the wings. When you're tempted to do wrong and sifted like wheat, look for the wings. When you meet Satan and he's like a roaring lion seeking to destroy and devour, look for the wings. When the cares of this world weigh you down, and the weight of the world is on your shoulder, look for the wings. And seasons of distress and grief, look for the wings. David says you can rejoice in the shadow of his wings. But I tell you, there's something about his wings. I mean, his wings can bear the unbearable and overcome the unsurmountable. I'm talking about a God who is a sturdy leaning post. I'm talking about someone who has never lost a battle, and I know that he never will. I'm talking about somebody who's bigger than your problem and greater than your pain. I tell you, I don't care how strong you are. Life can break you. I don't care how much you have encountered. There's some stuff you can't handle. Everyone has limitations and a breaking point. It's not always easy to be strong and not worry. There are burdens too hard to bear. You can't handle but so much stress and so much strength. You can snap and go crazy. You can lose it and lose your mind. But that's why you need to do like the songwriter said, learning to lean. Learning to lean on Jesus. Finding more power than I ever dreamed. Learning to lean on Jesus. See, you can make it. You can't make it if all you have to depend on is you. If all you got is yourself, you done already lost the battle. See, if we trust in self, our strength will fail. If we trust in friends, they'll turn against us and die on us. Stocks will fluctuate and securities will let you down. But I heard the psalmist say, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hill from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. My help does not come from the White House. My help comes from the great white throne. My help does not come from Capitol Hill. My help comes from a hill called Calvary. My help does not come from the State House. My help comes from the church house. My help is not found in the promises of politicians. My help comes from the good news of the gospel. David says, I can make it under the shadow of his wings. See, David is not trying to get out of trouble. David is satisfied under his wings. David is not concerned about deliverance. David has peace under his wings. David is not looking for revenge. David can rest under his wings. David is not telling the Lord what to do. David can wait, can make it, even if God does nothing. As long as David is under the shadow of his wings. Well, I don't need to get out of trouble. I just need to see God in my trouble. I don't need an end to my trouble. I just need to know the troubleshooter is by my side. And that's why every now and then, when life gets rough and times get hard, every now and then, I say like the song writes, when the storm of life is raging, stand by me. When the billows are tossing high, stand by me. When the waves are rising up, stand by me. When the storm and the thunder roars, stand by me. When I'm falling down under the load on my shoulder, stand by me. When I'm crying in the midnight hour, stand by me. When the tears just won't stop falling, stand by me. When I'm walking the floor all night long, stand by me. When my money acting funny, stand by me. When I'm lied on, criticized, and talked about, stand by me. And if you stand by me, I'll give you glory. If you stand by me, I'll give you praise. If you stand by me, I'll be a witness. If you stand by me, I'll tell the story. If you stand by me, I'll preach the gospel. If you stand by me, I'll lift up holy hands. Stand by me and watch me shout. Stand by me and I will rejoice. Stand by me and I will be glad. Stand by me and I'll do my dance. Stand by me and I'll sing my song. Thou who rulest earth and heaven, stand by me. Yeah, stand by me. The storm of life is raging. Just stand by me. Just allow me to see your shadow. Just allow me to see the shadow of your wing. Well, that will be my guarantee. I haven't been forgotten and I haven't been forsaken. And I can hold out a little while longer. Amen.